I like to watch horror movies before I go to bed. It's like the opposite.
Well, what would
I'm
the
like tensing up.
Institute of Stress say about that?
I'll switch to funny. Okay.
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 86 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in.
We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and Lemongrass Lime is one of the best Thai spots in the northwest part of the valley. Next, we'll talk about how to invest in your 30s, and finally, we'll share ways to de-stress after work.
So each week on The Perfect Bite, as you know, we visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope you will try too and will become your new favorite. This week we're sharing one I really enjoy and was recommended to me repeatedly, Lemongrass and Lime. It's a Thai restaurant, 4 stars on Yelp, and it's located off of Durango and the 95 near Farm Road. Have you been there?
I haven't, but I've seen it multiple times and I always wondered, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's right in a shopping center where the Sprouts is and Orange Theory right there. So it does get a little crowded with parking and such, but I pretty much this time I went, I decided I'm going to try different stuff. I usually have my go-to Thai food dishes, but my friend Julie recommended a couple other dishes that I hadn't tried before, and so I tried to branch out a bit. This time I ordered an appetizer. It's called Golden Pouches. They're adorable. They're like a little tied up, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's rice paper that they tie up and then have another piece of rice paper around the top. So it looks like a little pouch with like a little poof at the top of it. Cute. And then it's mashed potato with a Thai herb seasoning inside, and then they deep fry it. And so then you dip it in this really good massaman curry, and the mashed potatoes are like such a nice contrast. Like they're soft on the inside, and then the wrapper's crunchy, and then the curry is sweet and spicy. And so you're just like, oh my gosh, this is delicious. Like, yeah. My kids looked at it like, what is this? Like we did it for family dinner, and for all of us and all the stuff we ordered, it was about $65, which Thai food can be expensive, but we ordered like 4 or 5 different things. So I thought it was reasonable, but I would definitely get that again. We also ordered the spinach salad. There's something like this at another restaurant I like. It's tempura battered spinach leaves. And so basically it's like not healthy for you at all. And then it has a sauce.
Spinach, Shannon.
Yeah, I know, right? There's some nutrients in there somewhere. But the sauce is a little bit different. It's just a thin sauce, not with like any kind of herbs or other things in it. So it was okay, that one. Not my fave. But then we also got something called khao soi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. KHAOSOI. And it's basically like the best of both worlds. Like you have curry sauce over egg noodles. So usually curry doesn't have the noodles in there. And then a crispy egg noodle on top, plus pickled veggies and red onions. We chose the beef over chicken. That's also available. And it was delicious. Like just so many different textures. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's really good. And then the last thing that I ordered was the Penang curry. It's a mix of curry paste with coconut milk and lots of different red and green peppers, lime, and basil. 2 of my different friends recommended that I order this. And so I got mine with chicken, a mild level of spiciness. It was a really good flavor. Like I usually go for green curry, but this was a nice change. Have you? Oh, you're not a curry gal. I forgot that you don't.
Yeah.
Girl, no, I haven't tried that.
I've had it a couple times. It's good, but I couldn't tell you the difference between any of them.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And then I think the next time I would just say when you go, again, be ready for the parking to be really busy. You could probably park up by the Sprouts if you needed to and walk down, but a lot of pickup orders too, so just people coming and going. Next time I go, I'm going to get the short rib massaman curry with potatoes, onions, peanuts, and tamarind juice. It reminded me of a little bit of all the other things I ordered. So you have the potatoes from the golden pouches. You have that massaman curry that we dipped the pouches in, and then also I love the potatoes and onions and short ribs. So I think haven't had it, but it sounded delicious. So I'll have to go there another time. If you have a recommendation for a restaurant or dish for us to try, send us a message at ThePerfectBite@ccculv.com. We are always open to new ideas. So are you in your 30s and ready to invest, but don't know where to start? Today we're sharing several tips to get you started.
Being in your 30s is a wonderful but complicated time of your life. What were you doing in your 30s, Shannon?
Let's see. I was fairly newly married and had early on, like probably 2 little kids in my early 30s. So
Okay.
I think we were just kind of getting by. Like we had a little bit of a late start.
Yeah,
My
wonderful
husband and I.
complicated.
Yes, wonderful and complicated. What about you? What were you doing?
Pretty much the same.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had
Like you're not young anymore. You're not a kid. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
like an adult.
It's like trying to just like, what do you call it? Fake it till you make it. That's
Mhm.
kind of what I felt like. I was like, I'm doing stuff, but I know I could be doing more.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely. We not reached out, but we referenced a blog from Clark County Credit Union for this. And with all the goals you may want to attain, such as saving for a house down payment, starting a family while balancing your other financial responsibilities, it might feel like it's impossible to invest and save. So we have some tips that you can start with before you start investing in things like stocks, bonds, those sorts. So the first thing that you can do is prioritize investing in your 401k. As most of us older adults would advise, the day will come then when you become eligible to contribute to a 401k. And that should be your first investment option. We've mentioned it before, previous episodes. Get started. It's free money from your employer. And really, it helps you get prepared for your retirement.
I think it also helps you start to understand that investing world because maybe you're not choosing the investments. You're not like picking the stocks, the mutual funds,
your
whatever.
Your employer has a professional who is,
Right.
looking out for the well-being of the company and all of its employees.
Exactly. But I can log in and I can see what's going on and maybe see where they're investing and be like, oh, okay, like I'm going to start understanding how this works. And then when you do want to go out on your own and do something, you kind of have a baseline of how it works.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it also makes you see that, even a little bit, it adds up over time. So get started with that and prioritize it. The next thing you can do to get started for your future self is paying off your debt in savings. So the snowball and the avalanche methods are 2 of the most common debt strategies that you can help yourself to pay off your debt. Getting rid of your debt will help you free up more money to invest and save for your long-term goals. The next recommendation is to build your emergency fund. So it's normal to experience plot twists and detours, and it's crucial that you are covered when it happens. The last thing you want to do is take on another debt or take money out of your retirement account, so you want to get that emergency fund started. Financial experts recommend that you have enough emergency funds to cover 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. And finally, to help you prepare, you can plan for major life events. So in addition to planning for your retirement in your 30s, if you still have extra money after you contribute to your debt, payments, emergency fund, and monthly bills, then you should put it towards your other goals. So those could be the wedding or the house, whatever those future things
your
could be.
vacation.
Yes, your vacation. Don't forget the vacation. You got to prioritize yourself sometimes too. And even small amounts of money can be carefully balanced to help you work towards a little of everything at once. So speaking of vacation, like the credit union, we offer vacation clubs or holiday club accounts where you can save monthly. It might be $10, it might be $50, whatever that amount is. Those little amounts will help you reach those goals that you want to accomplish in your future. And then also consider talking to a financial advisor. They can help provide you with some key advice on how you can increase your money. CCCU has an in-house financial advisor who can help you achieve your financial goals as well. Now let's take a break to hear from our sponsor.
CCCU has a bonus for you. High five! It's 5% interest on a bonus checking account, only available at Clark County Credit Union. That's 5% on your money, and it's just one more benefit of membership at Clark County Credit Union. Isn't it time for you to join? Anyone can be a member, because if somebody's making money off your checking account, shouldn't it be you? Open a bonus checking account today and start earning your 5%, only at CCCU. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. In a survey by the American Institute of Stress, yes, we have an Institute of Stress apparently, 61% of respondents reported that job pressure and money are their main causes of stress. And we hear those are also like money is the main cause of divorce, one of the main causes. Like it just is stressful. And so if you think you're part of that 61%, then you need to start finding ways to untangle those tensions and work on ending your night with a clear and happy state of mind. That sounds really nice. So how are we going to do that? This is from corporatewellnessmagazine.com. We'll post a link to that. So number one way to de-stress at the end of the day, paint or draw something. A study published by the American Art Therapy Association showed that 45 minutes of art making reduced cortisol, a stress hormone. And I think that also taps into just like, I don't know, creativity, and it could even help your work. Like if I feel like, because in our jobs, we need to be creative, but it's a different type of creativity, a different outlet. So I do not paint or draw, but I create projects for my kids for their school. But do you do anything like that?
I don't do anything like that. I don't know that I could commit to like a 45-minute drawing session, but I could see, just sitting aside and doing something fun, because I used to do fun stuff like that. I like artsy stuff. So that would be nice to kind of incorporate that into my like wind down for the night.
Yeah. I would think have you seen those coloring books that are for adults? Yeah. And they're like really, really detailed.
I actually have some that I've never cracked open.
Yeah. See, just maybe get that out and work on that while you watch a show. And I think I would add to that anything creative, like maybe you like to crochet or you like to sew or something where you're just making something, creating something, I think would fall into that category. The second tip is to go for a long walk. Getting fresh air and sunshine are the best natural stress zappers. So maybe this is after work, so the sun's going down, but you still can get that fresh air, and going for a long walk can help you unwind physically and mentally. We've talked about that our morning walks are also very helpful. So I would say getting in that outside time and that natural light is very, very good. Number 3, watch something funny. There have been studies that show laughing releases endorphins, soothes muscle tension, relieves pain, and improves your mood. And it's one of the best forms of stress relief. All right, we need to do a list of...
I like to watch horror movies before I go to bed. It's like the opposite.
Well, what would the
I'm like tensing up.
Institute of Stress say about that?
I'll switch to funny. Okay.
Send us in your shows that are funny. We should make a list. All right. Speaking of lists, listen to music and play your favorite playlist and try to get your mind off serious topics. You can also cook or draw while listening to your favorite music. I know my kids are really good at this. They really like having music for whatever they're doing. It's like, oh, we need a playlist for that and a playlist for this. And
I do that sometimes. Like breakfast, when I make breakfast on the weekends, I'll turn on the speaker downstairs and I'll listen to music when I make breakfast. Or if we're inviting friends over, I have my playlist for like dinner chill music and just to prepare. So
take some time to put that playlist together and you'll use it up later when you need it. And number 5, spend time with your pets. Taking your furry friends for a walk or just spending time with them helps boost feelings of love and happiness, which are effective to lowering your stress. So my dog aside, I'm sure other dogs are, no, she's fine. But I do like to walk her. And actually having a dog, one of the reasons we got a dog was to kind of have that accountability. Like I might not go for a walk myself, but I wouldn't let her not go for a walk. I would be like, nope, she needs to go for a walk. So
yeah, it helps you check off a couple things off the list.
Exactly. Getting outside, walking, and spending time with your pet. So try one of these 5 things and let us know if it helps you de-stress and get out of that 61% that are feeling stressed out right now.
We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is ThePerfectBite@CCCULV.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.